Hey guys, my name is Yvette. Welcome to my kitchen. In this video, I want to show you how to make a red bell pepper chicken stew. Oh my goodness, it tastes so good and I would love for you to try it. So if you want to see how I make the red bell pepper chicken stew, please stay tuned. I'm gonna head into my kitchen, and before I go, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. And if you're new to my channel, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. So I'll see you in a minute in my kitchen. So I'm starting off with a whole chicken. I just want to eat the various different pieces of the chicken. So I'm using that today. And I'm just going to go ahead and clean my chicken, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the full clean chicken, and then we'll go from there because that's what I'm going to be using today. So I already have my chicken washed and cut into the different pieces that I want, and it's ready to be marinated right now. I kind of like using a whole chicken because I can, eat different pieces of the chicken. So I'm going to put it at the side and I'm going to prepare the marinade. So in this bowl, I just have celery roots. I actually have two stems of celery roots, and I have like six garlics, and I have a half an onions, white onions, and in this I also have some ginger as well, and I also have red pepper. That is habanero pepper. I don't know if I'm saying that right. We like some heat. If you don't like heat, then you don't need to use pepper. And as far as the spices are concerned, just take the quantity that you like. It doesn't have to be the exact quantity that I'm using, but that are the ingredients for the marinade that I'm using. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend them. I'm adding a little bit of water, just enough to get it moving. So I'm just going to blend those, and once it's blended, then I'm going to pour that into my marinade, and then we'll go from there. So it's all blended, and I'm just going to put my chicken into my nice red pot, and I'm going to pour half of that marinade into the chicken, and just keep the rest of the marinade at the side because I'm going to use part of that to cook the stew with it. So I'm just going to pour that into a small bowl and keep it at the side. Now I'm going to add some salt. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt into that chicken with those spices. And the next thing that I'm going to add will be 1 teaspoon of chicken broth powder. You can find chicken broth powder from most of the grocery stores that sells things from Asia or even Superstore. So I bought mine from Ray Canadian Superstore. I'm just using 1 teaspoon there. And I also want to use some black pepper. I love black pepper. I put black pepper in everything. So I'm going to use half a teaspoon of black pepper in that marinade. And I'm just going to mix everything together. Just make sure that my chicken is properly coated, and so that it can really soak the marinade well. And I'm going to keep it at the side and go ahead and prepare my peppers. So I have 4 big red peppers here, and I'm just going to clean them up. I'm just removing the seeds, and carefully remove the seeds, and I'll go ahead and wash them quickly. And after I wash my peppers, I'm gonna go ahead and cut them into and chop them into pieces that are small enough to fit into my blender. So once I blend that, it will be ready for my blender. So I've already cut all of my peppers, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it. So I did not wash my blender cup because part of the marinade that I'm gonna be using in the chicken anyway, so I didn't see any reason to wash it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that. But first of all, I'm gonna add some water in there, just a little bit of water, because I don't want too much water, because I don't want watery stew, right? Just enough to get things moving. And once it starts to blend, I'm not gonna add water anymore. I'm just gonna keep adding the rest of the red bell peppers in there until everything blends up. Now my blender cup is big enough to blend all of those. If you're using a smaller blender cup, you might want to blend those 2 times. But if you're blending the second time, just use part of what you've blended instead of water to blend the next part of it, so that you're not adding way too much water into your stew. So I'm just gonna pour that into my pot. I don't know if you noticed that this is the same pot. So yeah, so this is what the thickness looks like. I'm just turning that to show you so you can see. And I'm just gonna put it on my stove and turn my stove to medium heat, and I'm just gonna let it sit there and cook for a couple of minutes. Okay guys, I'll let this boil for a little bit, and I just wanted to see the consistency now. Look at that. So it's much thicker now, and I think I like this consistency. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a chicken that has been marinating. I don't know if you noticed that I transferred the chicken from this pot into this bowl so that I could use this pot. I really like this, my red pot. I'm gonna put the chicken in there. Just mix the chicken in with the pepper sauce. And then just right now, I'm just going to go ahead and add 3/4 of a cup of cooking oil. My choice of cooking oil today is grapeseed oil. Just gonna put that in there. Then just mix it in there carefully. Oh, this looks so appealing to the eyes, like seriously. Then I'm gonna let this sit. I'm gonna cover it now so that the chicken can cook. But I'm gonna move this camera so you can see what it looks like on the inside. Oh, not look at that. Yeah. So I'll cover it. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit and let my chicken cook. And so while my chicken is cooking, I'm just gonna chop some onions, some green onions, and some red onions as well. So I'm gonna chop half an onion and two small green onions. So I'm gonna chop this and put it in here once my chicken cooks. Okay guys, so my red pepper chicken stew has been cooking for about 45 minutes, and it's time for me to find out if I need to add a little bit more salt. Look at that, yeah. So I don't know if you noticed that I didn't add any salt or anything else. I just, the only time I added salt and the chicken broth was when I was marinating the chicken, because I think I put enough salt and chicken broth in there that I didn't need to add any more until it's a little bit cooked enough for me to taste and see if I need to add some more salt. So I'm gonna do that right now. Yeah, it tastes pretty good, but I'm still gonna go ahead and add just a teeny little bit of salt. And here you can decide, because for some people this is just perfectly fine. It doesn't need any more salt because it tastes good already. But I'm gonna add a little bit of salt just because I like it to have be a little bit more salty than it is right now. So I'm just gonna add half a teaspoon of salt. And remember when I kept some of the marinade? So I'm gonna use just 1 heaping tablespoon of marinade, of the spices that I put together that I used to marinate the chicken. Then I'm just gonna mix that into my stew. And I'm just gonna cover it and let this cook again. It's a little bit watery now, like it's the thickness. I want it to be a little bit thicker than it is right now. So I'm gonna cover it and let my chicken cook a little bit more as well. And while it's cooking, it's gonna thicken up to the consistency that I like. So I'm gonna let it cook again for maybe another half an hour. And then I'll be back and show you maybe, yeah, close to the final results. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, my chicken has been cooking for a little while. I think it's been more than half an hour actually. And let's see what it looks like on the inside of the pot there. So I think this consistency is thick enough to what I like. And let me just check. Let me show you the consistency. Yeah, so I like that consistency. And the next thing I'm gonna do is just put in my onions. So this is the chopped onions, green onions and red onions. I'm gonna use my wooden spoon. So I'm gonna let this cook. I'm gonna let this cook for another 10 minutes and it will be ready to enjoy. Okay guys, so it's been 10 minutes and I just turned my stove off and let's see what's in here. Ta-da, look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Now I'm gonna dish it just so that you can see exactly what this looks like. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I am gonna try it. It is so so good. And it's hot. It's hot. Yeah, so guys, so you can eat this with you can use this to eat rice, eat cassava, plantain, banana, and the list is endless. So this is really good stew, and this is a good substitute for tomato stews. If somebody, because there's some people who don't like the sour taste of tomatoes in tomato stew, this is a perfect alternative for tomato stew, and this has a unique taste and it tastes really good. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you try this recipe and I hope you love it. So that's how I make my red bell pepper chicken stew, guys. If you try this recipe at home, please, I would like to know, leave me a comment below and let me know how it turned out for you. And please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I have great recipes coming to this channel. And if you've subscribed already, thank you so much, and just watch out for my next videos. Also hit that bell button so that when I subscribe, so that when I upload new videos, you can see, you can know when there is a new video up. Thanks again for watching this video. God bless you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.